We didn't start off the game as well as we had liked. We had been really coming out of the gate strong. The first 2 minutes were okay, and then for whatever reason, we were real stagnant on offense. Their switching defenses were giving us problems. And in the second half, obviously, we regrouped, and they came out a little more feisty, and I thought our pressure was better, and we scored off our defense. And in the end, we accomplished, what we wanted to accomplish. I don't think so. Basketball is a game of distractions, and we talk to our team about that all the time, and that was my instant response is, hey, here's another distraction we got to deal with. The officials, the opponent, the fans, sometimes that's just a part of playing collegiate sports. And, our guys handled it great. We got here in time, no worries that way. And, some of them probably liked it. They got to sleep in their beds in the afternoon a little bit longer, but it all worked out.
Hey, Coach. You had 3 players reach double digits today, and 2 other players, if they would have taken one more shot, would have been in double digits. Do you like seeing a consistent, high-scoring output with your players?
You're very confident. They would have to make that shot to get to double figures, but I'm glad you feel that way about our guys. That's kind of what we do. This is a pretty typical stat sheet for us. Normally, we have a bunch of guys, 12, 13, 11, 10, 9, 8, all the way down. Once in a while, a guy will get hot and go off for 20 plus, but it doesn't happen that often. That's kind of our calling card, this particular team, and that's what we've been doing all year long, and I expect them to continue to do it.
Coach, I don't think anyone played more than 20 minutes in this game. Heading into it, did you know that you wanted to get a mixture, earn and rest?
I was hopeful. I was hopeful. I was, you never know how a game's going to play out, and we certainly were trying to prepare him for whatever was, going to be thrown at us. But definitely, when we had a little bit of a lead there, that was probably a focus of our whole staff to try to keep it at a minimum if possible, and it couldn't have worked out any better that way.
Last year in the quarterfinal game, I believe you guys played the 8:30 or the 6 o'clock game. 6 o'clock game. You obviously said it would be of a benefit to play early. You were able to do that. Now, how is that going to benefit you now that this game's over to kind of prepare for your game tomorrow?
Obviously, you never know, but I think mentally and physically it's a big help. We're done at 2 o'clock, and we don't play till 6 tomorrow, and whoever we play is obviously not going to get it done to 4:35 by the time they get out of here and have a little bit less rest. And I don't, again, I'm not smart enough to figure out how much it helps us physically, but I think mentally it would help us all, and I told them, in the locker room that they deserve this. We deserve this because we earned the number 1 seed, and I think it's a better setup to give that number 1 seed a little more chance to have a little more rest, because you don't get many advantages when you're that with the perfect 18 tournament. So hopefully we'll take advantage of it, but time will tell how much it comes into play.
Coach, was there anything that you specifically saw during that 16-0 run early in the second half that really kind of put you guys in front that you were able to do successfully?
I thought our defense had a little more grit, was a little more frenzied. We got some deflections. We started pressing a little bit, and we got some runouts from D to O, and obviously we had a crowd here, and hopefully it will continue to build. But I thought they got into the game, and certainly we're human, and I think that urges our players on a little bit. But I thought our defensive intensity, our deflections, kind of spurred our offense on.
No, I just felt like we played harder. It's not about making shots, really. If we play defense, offense will take care of itself. So I feel like we just came out harder in the second half on defense.
Hey, Coach. Earlier this season, you said that you wanted the opponent's three-point shooting to be below 30%. They shot 0 for 6 in the second half, and they had an ending three-point percentage of 23%. Did that play a big role in your win today?
Yeah, certainly when you can limit a team's three-point makes, it makes a big difference. It's such a weapon now in college basketball. There's a lot of focus on the three-point shot, and more players are more adept at shooting a better percentage. And just simple math, you can figure out how important that shot is. And so most coaches are, focusing a little bit more on their defensive three-point field goal percentage. Today was pretty good. Overall in the season, it's still not to our liking, but at this point, in the season, they're all one-game tournaments, and, so far so good.
You kind of feel momentum shift, when you guys were able to get that little bit of run going?
Yeah, we did. we just started, locking down on defense, started, concentrating more, getting in the gaps a little bit more, and that's when the offense started to click in. So, yeah.
Eli, you're a 4-year guy. This isn't your first rodeo when it comes to the WAC tournament. You know what it takes to win these tournaments, but you have a lot of teammates that have never been a part of this journey with you or with the program. Did you have a message for anybody that hadn't been really a part of this before, and what'd you tell them?
Yeah, but coach always tells us everything we need to know, but I get in the young guys, a lot and tell them just to get rest and stay locked in, and on the bench, we got to have good bench energy. Everybody has to be connected in order to win these 3 games.
At this point, Eli, you're a senior. You don't need to say that to get more minutes.
Coach, does it matter who you play from a preparation standpoint tomorrow, or with the quick turnaround, do you guys just focus on what you do?
Yeah, I don't get caught up in that too much. I think it's dangerous to do that mentally, and you could avoid letdowns if you start thinking, I want to play this team or that team. And at this point in the season, you've played everybody twice. And everyone scouts at a high level, and at our level of college basketball, and we're prepared for either one, and certainly we'll be out there trying to pick up a little thing here or there. But at the end of the day, whoever wins, that's who we're going to play.
You spoke to it a little bit, Coach, but do you rely on the first 2 matchups? Do you look, how much do you look at what's going to happen this afternoon towards how you prepare for tomorrow?
Yeah, I think it's a combination of all of it. Certainly if all of a sudden one of these teams, drastically changes, how they scheme offensively or defensively, we'll have to react accordingly. But, you don't see that very often in the conference tournament. You might see a wrinkle here or there. But for the most part, I think teams are settled into how they're playing, and I expect both these teams to continue to do the same.
Any other questions? All right, thank you guys.
All right, thanks.